Fighting this Saturday on UFC Fight Night 92, former Tough 14 competitor and your co-main event, Dennis the Menace Bermudez. Thank you so much for joining us today, man.
Thanks for having me, brother.
All right, so you're climbing up the rankings. What does fighting a guy like in Ronnie Jason, who isn't ranked, do for you?
I guess, I would consider it like high-level practice.
I mean, not only that, but you're ranked higher than the headliner. I mean, what's the UFC thinking here, bud?
I don't know. I mean, I guess there was nobody else available, and they want to build up Yair and that Alex Caceres. He's been on headlines before, and I think I don't know. I guess my opponent isn't headline worthy. I don't know.
Would you rather be fighting somebody else?
Yeah. I mean, I would like to fight someone that would put me right into title contention.
Is there anybody like on the top of your mind that you could think of?
At this particular time, not really.
I mean, Cub Swanson's on this same card.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Cub Swanson. All right. How are you feeling about the USADA program? Now it's reaching its full implementation. The first quarter, they tested an average of 200 times. Now this quarter, they plan to do 700 tests. How do you think about the new testing procedures?
The USADA guy comes and tests me is pretty cool, and he doesn't come and wake me up at 6 o'clock in the morning, so I'm all right with it.
Does that happen a lot with other fighters?
I've heard of a lot of fighters getting woken up at like 5:30, 6 a.m. in the morning. Yeah.
Obviously, USADA has changed the game quite a bit. We have more people now that are getting popped in competition and out of competition that are getting removed from fight cards. Do you think that this is better for the sport, or do you think that it's causing more chaos?
I mean, it helps me a ton because, I've been clean since, high school. I've been doing the same things I've been doing in high school. I'm kind of eating the same things, and, and just it's been working for me, So if these guys have to use other stuff to try and get ahead of me, knock them out of competition completely, I'm with it.
So recently the Association of Boxing Commissions met, and they had an MMA panel discussing new rule changes and judging criteria changes. One of them being the whole no knees to the ground of a grounded opponent, where you could keep like one finger on the ground and then you could pull it up real quick and then put it back down so you don't get kneed in the head. They're changing that to where your hands, both hands have to be flat on the ground. Do you like rule changes like this? Do you think there should be other rule changes?
I don't really know, because if you do like you said, like you have your finger on the ground and then you take your finger off the toes and then you put your finger down, like refs see that and they're like, dude, that's bullshit, dude. You shouldn't have did that.
Right.
And the refs have really good judgment in there in terms of like whether the guy's playing the system, if you will, or if they're actually using that hand to get up or they are down all the way.
Other things they're talking about implementing too is now they're going to say the 12-6 elbows are legal, obviously as long as they're in the right areas, not the back of the head or whatever. So fights like, John Jones against Matt Hamill, that wouldn't have been a disqualification. That would have been a win for John Jones. Like, again, do you feel like rules like this are good for the sport? Is there something you'd like to see that you feel that has maybe not been correct?
They're not crazy game-changing rules, where you have to re-strategize how you fight. But, I was thinking about the 12-6 elbow the other day. I was working on a dummy bag, and I'm like, you know what? Like, this is kind of a hard strike to land, period. If you because your shoulder's off to your right side or your left side, and you have to try and center it and land it straight down. Because I personally have poor shoulder mobility, so that's a tough move for me. John Jones is a little more flexible. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he's got those elbows like Kenny Florian used to have.
Yeah.
So you went to college. You had your major all set up. You're going with an anthropology major with a minor in studio arts, and then here you are. You find yourself fighting in the UFC, also setting world records on drinking lemon juice, and you have a YouTube channel. What made you just completely stray from what you were doing in college?
Well, if we're being honest with each other, the reason why I went to, sometimes people ask me, what'd you go to college for? I'm like, to wrestle. And that's the honest truth, though. I had no intention of going to college if I couldn't compete. So it's almost like my love for wrestling is what made me go and chase a college degree.
So what made you go chase the lemon juice?
So while being in the fight game, one of my sponsors, Gamma Labs, had set up this like scavenger hunt where they had, all the people they sponsor, Brittany Palmer, Furious Pete, some FaZe Clan members, some TK members, and FaZe Clan and TK members are two different groups of professional gamers, like YouTubers. So my sponsor sponsors all these people, and we did like a scavenger hunt in New York City. And then at the end, this YouTube sensation, Furious Pete, he's got, like 10 Guinness Book World Records for like eating stuff super fast or how many. And so he has a well-established connection with Guinness Book World Records. And he contacted them and was like, hey, I want to try and break this lemon juice challenge, record. Because otherwise, to get Guinness Book World Records to actually record and like take down a record, it's like $10,000 or something like that.
Wow! All right.
To get them at whole nine, but they did it for free because he's done it previous times, so like he'll do it, So we're all, so all the people that did the scavenger hunt kind of at the end were, let's all join in, let's see if we can, let's like cheer Big Pete on, Furious Pete on, and we'll all like. Everyone will make an attempt at it, So there's 7 of us, and I'm like, all right, I'll do it. I'll take a drink. I'll spit it on the guy next to me. It'll be funny. And so then I looked down the table, and I started doing a countdown. I'm like, you know what, Dennis? This is your time. I just went at it, dude. I just attacked the straw. Like I was like, I'm just gonna freaking like hold my breath, and just freaking as hard as I can, just try and get this down my throat, And I did it.
You had to do it in 2 attempts, though. How bad was your stomach hurt?
Yeah. Dude, so I found out the hard way that lemon juice is a diuretic.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so dinner that evening was very uncomfortable. I was like trying to eat some bread and stuff like that to try and like soak up the acid, It's just like I had to visit the restroom like 3 or 4 times.
I was wondering how that was going to affect you after having to do it twice. It's crazy, man. I love it.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You go to Menace Tube, you check it out, which is my YouTube page, and that video is on there. And then I've got a few other things I got on there too,
Oh, right on. Cool. Well, I got a lot of questions I want to ask you about this. I want to talk to you about Pokemon Go. I want to talk to you about breaking world records, but I guess our time's running out. So we got one more question to ask you. It's something we ask all the fighters when we interview them. So who would win in a fight question? Dodge, go ahead.
All right, Dennis, who's going to win in a fight? A bear with machine guns or hands and feet, or a pterodactyl that poops chainsaws?
I'm going to say the bear with machine guns. I feel like it'd be hard for a pterodactyl to be accurate dropping chainsaws. Like, let's say he drops a chainsaw on the bear and like it's not the blade end because the engine's heavier. Just
very true.
Yeah.
Although at that height, I would think that the chainsaw might knock out the bear. Just a theory.
Well, it'd have to hit him in the head, which is a very hard, accurate shot to hit.
I think what we need here is we need some kind of video simulation of how this would actually go down. We really do.
I agree.
Hey, thanks for your time, man. It's going down this Saturday, UFC Fight Night 92, live from Salt Lake City on Fox Sports 1. Main card starts at 7 p.m. Also on the card, Alex Caceres, Cub Swanson, Tatsuya Kawajiri, Court McGee, and many more. Dennis the Menace Bermudez, thank you so much for your time today, and best of luck this weekend in your fight.
Thank you, guys.